players just in the last 10 years alone, 13 years alone. And I know, as a former Colorado State Mountain West coach and a Big Ten coach at Nebraska, Sunrise is one of the first places you go when you're in the Midwest. If you're not on the other side of the Rockies, you're going to Wichita to find out what's going on at Sunrise Christian. So credit to them, and credit to them for playing an event like this and putting themselves out there against one of our stronger local teams in Bellevue West.
Bellevue West, #1 in the state in Class A this year. They're the defending Class A champions, and what an amazing comeback against Miller North. That was a matchup that happened a couple times last year. They were great games. The state championship game was amazing, and then we get to this year, and it's a lot of the same cast of characters, and they've had 2 instant classics again. That first one was a double overtime Miller North win. Bellevue West wins in the regular season. We're going to see those 2 again probably in March in Lincoln.
Yeah.
But really looking forward to seeing some of the best players that we're going to see on any floor in the state of Nebraska here tonight. For Sunrise Christian Academy, it is actually a guy who is one of the younger guys that is still just a little bit he hasn't committed yet, but it's Grady Dick, and he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Smooth operator for Coach Barnwell.
Well, he does it in a lot of different ways, too. He can score inside. He can make threes. He can drive it on you. High-level prospect with a whole bunch of other high-level prospects at Sunrise Christian.
Yeah, we had to pick one at least for the pregame open, right? And on the other side, the guy that gets a lot of the attention is going to be Chucky Hepburn, the Wisconsin signee, going to be in the Big Ten, and people across the state have seen Chucky grow up, and he's just one of the high-level talents, and he's a guy that is going to be a lot of fun to watch in this game and for the rest of the year.
I offered Chucky Hepburn a scholarship when he was 14 years old. So this is a guy that, I've had his cell number for a while now. The cops almost came and got me. But when you look at this, Chucky is a wonderful player. Frankie Fiddler. Doug Woodard's done a marvelous job with that Bellevue West team for a long, long, long time. And to watch these guys compete today, Wisconsin's getting a heck of a player. Fiddler's going to Omaha. They're getting a heck of a player. Greg Brown's going to DMAC, one of the top Division II junior colleges in the country. This has plenty of college talent and should be great high school basketball tonight. 4
guys already committed for high mid-level or high major Division I guys for Sunrise Academy, and one of them's not on the trip tonight. Kennedy Chandler probably, he would be one of those guys that you would say, who's the best player in the country? He's in the conversation anyway.
Yeah, he's a top 10 to 15. Well, he and Kendall Brown are both in the top 15 of the country, and they're just again, that goes back to Luke Barnwell and the entire operation at Sunrise Christian. Credit to them, but boy, do they have players. I mean, Clements is a good player, and Kendall Brown, of course, is a good player. Just all of these guys are really going to put on a show for our fans tonight, and we're kind of lucky that COVID is going a little bit downhill, let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
And we've got some good fans here tonight. Should be a good ball game.
We want to say thank you to everyone who has tuned in throughout the day. We had the game matchup last night, of course, between Sunrise Christian Academy and Oak Hill Academy. We'll see Oak Hill and Millard North coming up in just a little bit after this game. But we've had so far 6 great matchups. We started with a D2 matchup between Mullen and Loomis this morning, and the games have been great all day long, highly competitive, and you could see, even if scoring waned a little bit at times, the energy, and it didn't matter if it was 8 a.m. or it didn't matter if it was 6:30 p.m. The guys really have been able to bring it here today, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
No doubt about it. I'm really happy for Strive TV to Strive to be able to stream this, be on their app, be on the website for fans to get out and see this. This is a first-time thing, as I recall.
Right.
And so it's one of those things that I think is great for not only the state of Nebraska, not only high school basketball, but here we've got parents that have sent their kids to prep schools all over the country, and so it's good for them to be catching up too.
So we've got the introduction of the players and coaches coming up right now. Let's take a listen in to Rich Broderson. Just the power on. There you go. Sunrise Christian Academy in the black and Bellevue West in the white. We settle in for our 2 nightcaps tonight. Thanks for joining us on Strive TV and our coverage of the 14th edition of the Heartland Hoops Classic. William Kyle going up against Kenny Poto for our center jump. And we are underway in Grand Island. A little bit of a game reset, if you will. We will be doing 8-minute quarters and no shot clock. We are using the Nebraska high school rules. So something that came up last night, hey, we're using a shot clock. Well, not tonight's. As a nice feed on the backdoor cut to Poto, and he pats in the first 2.
What a good pass by Zach Clements. I mean, showing his versatility going to Kansas next year.
Yeah, Coach Self going to have a lot of fun with a 6'10" guy that can pass, dribble, shoot.
Yeah.
He's gotten a few of those over the years.
Crazy how that happens.
Hepburn with a skip pass. Fiddler on the drive. Kicks it back out. Now one of the heroes of the Class A championship was Josiah Doetzler from a year ago. Sunrise brings it up. That's Clements. And now Kendall Brown, again, one of those top 10, top 15 guys in the entire country. Yeah. So I think that's probably the thing everybody in this gym and watching online is going to say, hey, let's watch Chucky and Kendall. Let's see what that's going to look like, right?
No doubt. Kendall finished the game so strong last night. He had the huge dunk, a whole bunch of free throws, some scoring inside. Good defensive play.
The steal there. Greg Brown comes away with it. And Doetzler in transition comes up short. Kendall Brown brings it ahead now for Sunrise Christian Academy. And the lob all the way down low, but Clements cannot finish.
Well, we saw this last night, too, out of Sunrise, spending a lot of time at the rim.
Coming down, Greg Brown. Let's head down to the third member of our broadcast crew. That's Mike Sauter on the floor.
Yeah, one thing real quick, guys. This does count as a wild card point game for Bellevue West because it was an originally scheduled game, and it was and Kansas is a neighboring state. So this counts
Seems to
towards
me like Bellevue. We're going to catch up with Mike in a minute.
Yep. Kenny Poto there with the steal. Thank you, Mike. Our communication, we'll get better at that, Coach. That's all right. I didn't know how it was going to work either.
Hey, Bellevue West just got to settle down a little bit. You can tell they're excited. They've taken some okay shots, maybe not so great. And once they settle in, I think they'll be okay.
Couple of big steps and a finish on the putback there for Kendall Brown.
He's quick off the floor.
And something that we talked about last night when Sunrise played against Oak Hill is Chucky Hepburn gets a 3 from the near corner to open the scoring for the Thunderbirds. So much length for that team on the black jerseys. It's a little bit different, even for a team like Bellevue West and the great athletes they have. Willie Lightfoot could do something like that for Sunrise.
Yeah, Willie Lightfoot, he's got such a burst. Great crossover there. Finish into his strong hand. Really, probably Chucky has been the one guy, and Frankie Fiddler have seen this type of AAU maybe talent, so to speak, and I don't think anybody can hurry up Chucky Hepburn. So I would say he's, if this thing gets a little bit, 12-3, whatever, you're going to see Chucky maybe take over sooner than he would ordinarily.
It was something, here was 2 weeks ago, the rematch with Millard North was a great game. Chucky kind of takes over late in that game. Then the next night, Bellevue West plays Creighton Prep. Creighton Prep actually led a good chunk of that game, and then Chucky's like, nope, time to go, and that was that.
I saw Chucky one time when he was a freshman, didn't shoot till the fourth quarter, and he had 16 points. I mean, the guy is unbelievable, but he is the ultimate closer.
Yeah, that's the guy that Coach Woodard wants. You got to have the ball in his hands at the end.
Well, when you talk about the Big Ten, as I got home last night, caught the end of Illinois and Nebraska. Nebraska put a scare into the number 6 team, and Ayo Dosunmu scored the last 15 points of the game. And I thought of Chucky today when I was thinking of Ayo and last night. He just, the way they finish games and the way they are such go-to guards. mean a lot to their team. And Chucky's going to mean a lot in the Big Ten, and especially to Badger basketball in Wisconsin.
First subs off the bench for Sunrise coach Luke Barnwell, Jaden Akins, and Jalen McDaniels, both into the ball game for the Buffaloes. Hepburn makes both. He's got all 5 of the Thunderbirds' points, and it's 8-5. Sunrise on top, just past the halfway point of the first quarter.
Yeah, here going to a set that the Sunrise has gone too often. They end up usually going inside on this.
And how about on the switch, you've got Hepburn guarding Clements. Now, Chucky's really good. Well, that's a lot of inches he's giving up down there. And defended the post-entry pass pretty well, but then Clements able to catch and finish.
Like you called that early. You saw that mismatch, and they found it. Made Bellevue West pay.
And you know if I can see it from up here, then surely Sunrise can see that too.
It might be your fancy glasses I noticed over there.
Well, they blocked blue light.
Good cut. Good cut right there.
Jackson Stuvey actually had the ball go out of bounds off him. Good cut, good
cut.
Look.
Yeah, good look. Just bad execution again. And until Bellevue West settles into this game, you're going to see some of those mistakes.
Kendall Brown picks up his dribble. Akins had it. Back to the block. Clements goes to work on Hepburn. Chucky gets the missed shot that time, but an offensive rebound for Brown. Out for Clements for the 3. And then McDaniels with the rebound and flush.
Yeah, they got to clean up on the glass. It's one thing to play good, rock-solid defense, and then it's another thing. It's a separate skill to go put your butt into somebody, block out, and pursue the ball.
And you got to make that switch just instantly, too. There can't be any hesitation, especially in a game that's going to play as fast as this one.
We always called it, nice play.
Ooh, Frankie Fiddler.
Effort after the shot.
Yeah.
A lot of guys shoot the ball, and then they kind of look at it. What's your effort after the shot?
Akins down the lane, finishes with a left hand.
Impressive play, pretty easy.
That one deflected by a guy who was the Gatorade Player of the Year in 2020, and we haven't called his name yet in the first 6 minutes. That was Grady Dick. We've highlighted him because we had to hit one, like we said in the pregame.
It's a Strive streaming jinx.
Right.
Yeah, right. We say, here's the man of the hour, and now
so far
hasn't had a chance even to get a shot up.
Right. And so another thing that struck me last night as Sunrise was playing Oak Hill, Grady Dick doesn't need to shoot the ball a lot to fill up the hoop and score the points.
Wow, what a slick pass there.
William Kyle, the recipient, and a good finish for William to get. Sometimes you got to see that ball go through after your own shot, so that might be good for him to get settled down a little bit as well. Poto, wave it off. They're going to call Kenny over the top.
Might have been just a little bit of a shove early, but that was a pretty good finish by Poto. And again, if Bellevue West is going to win this game, they're going to have to do a better job on the defensive glass. You can see that in a hurry, especially with that length. That's an adjustment that we're going to have to talk about at the first quarter break and make.
And then Kendall Brown picks off the pass with the Euro step, and Fiddler was up there but didn't quite go after that. And Brown able to, one dribble from half court after he picked it up.
If you're a Baylor Bear fan, you're saying those are great shoes, and that is a great play.
Nice spin move by Brown. Gets it baseline to Kyle in the lane, and it rattles home.
Those two have hooked up a couple times now.
4 points here in the quarter for William Kyle. Sunrise lead is 5. Final 40 seconds of the opening period. Hepburn guarding Brown. And Chucky forces the turnover.
And it went off his shoe. It's too bright.
Right.
We could have sold that one. Nice play, Chucky.
It is too bright. And I tell you what, you got to think the coolest thing about this type of event, tonight everyone here is probably a Bellevue West for now and then a Millard North fan, right?
Yeah, no doubt. But they want to see that kind of matchup too. Chucky guarding a guy like Kendall Brown and seeing what happens to that individual matchup. I think Bellevue West going to take last shot here if they can.
Brown out on the defense of Hepburn. 14 to go.
You know, it's a lost start, getting the count off you. If you watch Chucky Hepburn, he's just getting a little bit of separation.
Fiddler along the baseline. Back to Hepburn at the buzzer. The bounce, the tip will count. William Kyle tips it at the buzzer. And that is how we will end the first quarter of play. Sunrise 16, Bellevue West 13. Back to the Grand Island area after this on Strive TV.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699. Or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island.
Iowa that had a ton of size and on Tuesday night, and they were kind of, it looked like intimidated at the beginning of the game. So similar kind of thing here. They just settled down. Coach, like you said, in that first quarter, just settled down a little bit and just make some shots, see one go in. And William Kyle having a nice kind of game and needed to calm down a little bit too.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it down there on the floor. Mike Sauter, NEBPreps.com. Some of the best prep coverage in the state. We got Mike on our team. It's been fun to have him so far.
The Omaha World Herald's loss is our gain. There's no doubt about it. Mike has been great with high school basketball, prep basketball over the years.
And from time to time, he'll even cover softball. Hepburn gets a tip, and Kyle the steal. Good defense there by the Thunderbirds on the slow entry pass into the post.
I've seen Mike Sauter tweet from junior high football practices.
Hardest working man in NEB Preps is what we call him. Brown's three goes strong, and Fiddler the rebound. So nice little opportunity. That was a good Bellevue West feels a little more settled at this point. It took him a few minutes, but didn't let Sunrise get out and run away with anything just yet.
William Kent and Greg Brown did a nice job as complimentary guys, and then Chucky did Chucky things, and here they are, only 3 points down.
And not anymore. Greg Brown opens the scoring here in this second quarter with a three-pointer, and we are all square at 16.
And Greg Brown's done a good job with assists. They're scoring the ball, getting this thing all squared up.
Lightfoot in the post. It's a defense chant from the crowd comes out. Aikens baseline.
Oh,
what
my
a
goodness.
finish. What a finish from Jaden Aikens.
There you can see his talent alone, just making that play from the spot he was under the backboard. Unbelievable play.
The crowd went from a defense chant to an ooh right away, and then Brown answers right back.
Yeah, your highlight play was great, but mine counts one more.
Right, and Bellevue West has their first lead of the contest 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pull up Aikens, left that one short. Fiddler in there for the rebound.
Here's where Chucky's really fun to watch too, and
And why not one more? That's three in a row for Greg Brown. Timeout, Sunrise.
Wow, what a play by Chucky Hepburn. Just flips it right through his legs. Rhythm three-pointer for Greg Brown, who scores 9 straight. And this place is really, I haven't heard a crowd roar in so long. I have chills.
I know it. It has been interesting, right, to be in a gym anywhere with COVID. It's been parents. It's so, parents are trying to generate some noise when they can, but there's just nothing that can match when you get a lot of people that are all pulling on the same side.
The bench, let's go defense
right?
call gets a little old, okay? But, they're guys. They're not sure what to do. And so, but how about Bellevue West making this big run from what? I don't know what the halftime break. Well, they right before halftime they were down 5 or 7.
Yeah,
and they got down
7, got it to 3.
Yep. And then now they're up 4. Great play. Be interesting what Luke Barnwell does here coming out of break. If I were a guessing man, he's going inside or he's going to Kendall Brown, but I'd say he's going inside.
And a guy that, we've mentioned him because we haven't mentioned him. Grady Dick, I don't think has touched it on offense yet for Sunrise, and he's not going to get it this time. Brown picks it off, goes back. Kyle on the leave, he'll finish.
Doetzler with the lob. Made me catch as a coach. My coach took over for a second. And don't do that. Just score the ball.
And it's a 6-point Thunderbird lead here in the second quarter. The lob and a deflection, but Clements does finish it.
We call that a DB play, a defensive back, like you're in a zone defense back. You've got to go intercept that ball. You can't just try and tip it. You've got to make a bigger play than what Chucky did there, and that's something he'll learn at Wisconsin right away. Oh, change of a screen and roll defense there on Hepburn. They went to an ice.
Brown wanted 4 in a row. That time it bounces off.
A little deep, a little bit of a heat check, but that's okay.
Lightfoot coming hard down the lane.
Yeah, good cut by Willie Lightfoot. He's a dynamic player, quick, strong.
And we've seen already, he's so explosive. Going and explosive from what seems like a pretty good pace he's running anyway.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the turbo kicks in.
Yeah, all of that, right? All of that.
Jackson Stuvey back in for Bellevue West as William Kyle goes to the bench.
And both these teams are without a key player. We've got Kenny Chandler, of course, one of the top players in the country at 15 points a night, 92 assists on the year. And Evan Inselman's not here, who does a good job, has started a lot of games, made some threes, about 5.5, 6 points a game.
That one out of bounds as Hepburn got tackled up in a double team there. Bellevue West will keep it.
Yeah, I like the idea of the trap here after the free throw. Get teams thinking about what's going on.
Fiddler for 3 will not go. Poto had it tipped free, but does control the rebound. Up top,
nice
good
steal.
help from behind. Hepburn gets it knocked free. Here comes Doetzler for Fiddler. Frankie to the rim, and the finish, and the foul.
Good job by Doetzler. He, if you notice, right by about the foul line, he just hesitates a little bit, slows down, right? Mm-hmm. And that gave him a chance to kind of make a good decision or a decision. He was searching, I think, maybe for the 3 on Chucky out there, but finds Fiddler. Fiddler goes up, takes contact, and scores.
Shout out to Marcus Shear down there on our far end of our broadcast crew. Instant replay has come to Strive TV.
How about that?
Way
nice
to go,
job,
Marcus.
Got to be quick to get that done. Streaming.
And our producer today and all day today and all the last night, Rambo.
Yeah, he's in our ear constantly, man. This guy's relentless.
And we only hear part of that.
I know.
So Bellevue West.
He's pressing a lot of buttons over there. We got to give him a break.
Up 5 here as we approach the halfway point of the second quarter.
Nice cut.
Great backdoor and a big finish from Kendall Brown.
I mean, the guy could take a bite out of the rim. He jumps so well and so easily.
Had a dunk last night down in Hastings that just, you would have thought there was a, like the what's the springs in front of the pommel horse, right? You just
exactly.
off the floor.
Yeah. Don't they call that a vault?
The vault, thank you. Pommel horse, what am I? I'm clearly not a gymnast here. Thank you, Coach. William Kyle, by the way, has got 10 points here in this opening half. Nice balance from Bellevue West.
What a great idea. He goes right to the middle of the lane, right in front of the rim with his hands up. And they just throw it to him, and he makes it, and he makes it, and he makes it.
And then Hepburn picks the pocket of Grady Dick. At the other end. Chucky finishes.
Awesome play on all accounts right there. Chucky Hepburn showing his mettle.
The Bellevue West lead is 7. It's their biggest lead of the game. Matches the biggest lead for Sunrise back in the first quarter.
Yeah, people have to understand that Bell West is even considered nationally a top 25 team for high schools. And sometimes you know, when you just look at your own area, you're like, how does that, you know, there's thousands of high schools out there. Well, they're that good, folks.
Yes, Bell West, they can compete, absolutely. Stuvie along the baseline, stuck, gets it to Kyle, though, in the middle.
Swing it. There you go.
Doetzler, good shot fake. A little floater, too strong, though, off their glass. And
Doetzler's a young guy with some real talent. Sorry, I'm jumping in on you there. His brother Josh, of course, is a very good player at Creighton University. Is that in Omaha? Omaha.
Yeah.
Omaha, yes.
It's the blue is their color.
Yeah, I know they're around. I've heard. Folks, I was a coach at Nebraska, and they whipped my butt plenty of times, so it's just my bitterness sinking in.
Last night it was the Colorado Buffalo joke. Tonight it's Creighton.
Yeah. You never miss an opportunity, especially when they can't fight back.
5-point Thunderbird lead. Sunrise with a basketball.
Oh.
And misplay there. Clements throws one down.
Yeah, you could see when two guys run out toward the ball and you leave the 6'10" guy under the basket alone, bad things are going to happen for your defense. Sunrise Christian now full denying Chucky Hepburn.
Boy, that was a great cut by Chucky, too, to read the defense. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Got him off balance a little bit. Good defensive play.
That's a spot up 2 from Akins, but gets his own rebound. Nobody went with him, and then on the way up, had it deflected, and they will say it'll stay with Sunrise.
That might have been one of our best players on the floor fouled him, so let's just go this way with it. Chucky again's matched up on Clements.
That's Lightfoot now.
Now Lightfoot's probably going to just try and isolate him and go, I'm guessing. Nope.
Akins gets the screen, and Clement steps back. That's a college range three and knocks it down.
See his shoot, gets it right. Nice high shooting pocket. What I mean by that is, some guys have to dip the ball way low, but, tall guys, they can just shoot it from their shoulders, so to speak, their chest area. Chucky's missed a couple in a row. Tie ball game.
Yep, 7-0 run right now for Sunrise after Bellevue West had a ton of momentum. And then Hepburn out pressuring on Akins. Down the lane. We're going to get a reach-in foul. They're going to get Jaden Jackson, who's in the game, taking a swipe at that one on the dribble drive from Willie Lightfoot. Kendall Brown back in as McDaniels goes to the bench. Minute 5 to go, first half, all tied up at 31.
Ooh.
Clements called for the travel.
Yeah, usually Euro step in transition, Euro step one-on-one, it doesn't go so well.
Especially if you can Euro step like from the free throw line and you're not moving fast, yeah, probably not. Nightcap coming up yet tonight. Oak Hill Academy in town to take on Millard North, and Hunter Salas would be a fun one to watch. That's the next one. And the nightcap from the Heartland Hoops Classic. Hepburn forces another turnover. Fiddler trying to leave it underneath. Does for Kyle. Steps back. Just a little strong, though, on that finish.
Well, we're going to hit 3 possessions in the last minute. 58 seconds is what it was. So I'm happy that we've ignored the shot clock. That the guys are just still on the attack.
Akins near side. Now Clements wants the lob to Brown. He goes to work on Hepburn over the top, and they're going to get a foul on Kendall Brown. Chucky did a good job. There's only so much Chucky can do defensively, but you could still box out.
Yeah, Chucky
did a good job.
Plays physical. Make him score through your chest or right over your head. Don't give him an angle, and that's what he did there. And then he turned and was quick with the box out, which is what got him the foul. A little bit of frustration on Kendall's part.
So, final seconds, first half. What is Hepburn and Greg Brown? Why not one more? No. Hit 3 in a row to start the quarter, but Greg missed his last 2, and that's how we will end the first half of play. It's a tough fight out there right now. Bellevue West giving Sunrise all they want through the first 2 quarters of play. We're going to go down in just a moment and get with Coach Mike Sauter, going to be with Coach Doug Woodard here in just a moment. Mike, we're ready.
Halftime's a little bit of a slow start, maybe a little intimidated to start the game, but you settled down in the late first quarter and second quarter.
Well, you're right. We came out, I think we were shooting all 30-footers. And their length and athleticism is just different. And once it settled in, we got our hands on some things. I was disappointed in the last 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes of that half, but if we can just keep contact and keep it close down the end, it should be a great basketball game.
Greg Brown stepping up pretty big time, hitting some big shots in that second quarter too.
Well, we needed it. And honestly, we weren't getting a lot going, and he knocked a couple down, which was huge, and that got us going. And then we got some things defensively and some transition. We need to get more out of transition.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Coach. Halftime here in Grand Island, Bellevue West, and Wichita's Sunrise Academy. All tied up at 31 from the Heartland Hoops Classic. Halftime break. We're going to take a little commercial break ourselves. Thank you to our advertising partners who have made this broadcast possible. Some opportunities if this happens again next year. Looking forward to it, folks. A really great event, and we are happy to be a part of it. Halftime, tied up at 31. Our break comes next. Thanks for joining us on Strive TV.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699. Or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island.
Welcome back to Grand Island. Eric Allgood and the coach Tim Miles with you tonight. 31-31 at the halftime break. And, Coach, we got two top 25 teams in the country. We're not talking about the region. We're talking about the entire country. And we've been entertained so far. And we've got a good balance of scoring on both sides. And it's been just wildly entertaining on both ends of the floor.
Well, to me, it's about, Sunrise is Sunrise, and they're going to do what they've done, and their primetime players, Zach Clements, Kendall Brown, have about 18 of their 31 points between the two of them. But I think when you look at Bellevue and Greg Brown and William Kent scoring 19 points between those two guys of the 31 points, that's a huge lift for them because they haven't always ended possessions well. They've had some mismatches, which you're going to have no matter what against a team like Sunrise Christian, and they've handled pretty well. Probably feel like they should have a lead even, and if you want to win a big game, and this is a big game, folks, you do it by playing from the lead, by getting a lead, keeping that lead, and making the better team, so to speak, if you're going to upset them, chase you down. You don't want to have to try and come back. It doesn't happen very often. It's not easy to do. So I got to believe that Doug Woodard and Bellevue West feel like, okay, we have to establish ourselves those first 3 or 4 minutes of the third quarter.
You get to an event like this, and if you're Bellevue West, what is the first thing you talk about if you're Coach Woodard in that locker room?
Well, that we settled down, right? And we got some defensive stops, and we got some rebounding going our way, and then some guys stepped up and made plays. Greg Brown with 2 assists to William Kent. Greg Brown with 3 threes. Chucky's going to do Chucky things. We know that, right? Frankie Fiddler really hasn't done a lot yet. So I think you try and make those guys feel at ease. Hey, it's all right. Don't press. It'll come. It'll come. You encourage Greg Brown. You've done great. Look for your opportunities without, trying to go overboard. But Greg Brown's a very good player, and he's done an excellent job. And I think you really talk about the bigger picture, which is defensive stops and rebounding, and then just getting high-quality shots on the offensive end. We haven't seen a lot of turnovers out of either team. We haven't seen a lot of fouls by either team, right? So they're really playing a very solid game that way. And so if I'm there, now that's my message. If I'm Luke Barnwell, I'm like, we're going to heat these guys up. We got to get these guys go. Our length and athleticism got them off kilter early in the game.
Right.
And then we survived that barrage of threes in the second quarter and to even this thing up. But we got to bring in that heat, get that thing inside, pound them early, pound them on the offensive glass, and then heat them up defensively.
And you got to think the transition game for Sunrise is going to have to, for them to really get out and run will be the biggest difference in the second.
And there's no doubt that they run off their defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's when a lot of teams run. Some teams run to run, but they run off their defense. So that's what I'm talking about. Heat them up, light them up, and go get them that way.
Been a great first half. Bellevue West and Wichita's Sunrise Academy all tied up at 31 apiece. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll come back with some first half highlights, and I think we'll be ready for the second half of action. So stay with us from the Heartland Hoops Classic in Grand Island.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699. Or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island.
Welcome back to Grand Island, the Heartland Events Center here at the State Fairgrounds. Coming up next.
Can you name those logos?
Can I name those logos? Millard North, Oak Hill.
Very good. That's our next game.
That's the next game. Okay, great. Yeah, we're hoping to see, I guess, at this point.
We're going to see him.
We're going to see him. Oak Hill Academy, who has come out a few times to this event and been a great, gracious guest when they're here. And they're going to take on Millard North, who's got a fun group of guys, too. We've been talking, obviously, a lot in this game about Chucky Hepburn, Frecky Fiddler, but we're going to see Hunter Salas and St. Thomas for Millard North.
Jason Green.
Yep. Also. So fantastic game coming up. I'm very excited to see that one. And I know everybody else is, too.
It's just one good game after another one. And this one's been great so far.
Take a look at some of these first half highlights. Again, big thanks to Marcus Shear getting these. Chucky Hepburn rolling up his for 3 points there, and we saw Chucky hit that shot early, and then we did see a few of the times though. Willie Lightfoot, man, he is just so quick. That's such a smooth move for Willie, and then really not too many times that Clements got it cleanly in the post, maybe once or twice, but Bellevue West did a nice job making it difficult for him to get those entry passes. McDaniel's there with a lob and a flush. But Fiddler also, this was a great drive too for Frankie.
He had two of those, and both these guys, Sunrise is going to try and enforce their will into the paint. But there you see William Kyle, who had an excellent first half. And again, that was a great play by Greg Brown. But you look at these plays that look at that Euro step by Kendall Brown. But you look at these plays, and William Kemp was a big player for Bellevue West. And as we looked at this, of course, Chucky Hepburn was right there. But that was right at the end of the first quarter that got the lead down to 3 points. William Kent on a huge offensive tip-in.
Yep, and then Kyle actually 10 points in that first half. He finished with 6 in the first quarter. And some great finishes, or some great dishes from Greg Brown to get himself going, if you will. Greg kind of handed out the assist in the first quarter. Then he starts the second quarter with 3 straight threes, and it got everybody in the event center kind of on their feet a little bit. And suddenly what was a 7-point deficit at one point in the late stages of the first quarter became a 7-point lead for Bellevue West.
And here we are, all square.
We are going to go down sideline right now to our third member of our crew, Mike Sauter.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Coach Barnwell out of the locker room. I said, what do you got to do? It's tied, no one expected this. And he was one word, very quickly said, compete. They have to compete. That was his message at halftime to his team.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm really happy Mike's actually contributed tonight.
Right?
Last night he did one post-game interview. That's it.
Of course, there was only one game last night, too. Anyway, Willie Lightfoot, quick move right to the rim and quick way to start
Yeah,
the second
left-handed
half.
player going to his right hand. That's a good play.
But
Move
also
and counter.
Then also picks up the foul on
Yeah.
defense, too.
He was happy. He was excited. But, again, I think that's what Sunrise is going to want to do, which is heat up the pressure on the ball against Bellevue West.
Greg Brown has it on the far wing. 9 points for Greg. All those 3 straight trips. He's going to try one off the front, though. It's from long range. Kendall Brown brings it up.
That one felt like a heat check, but here's Willie Lightfoot.
Got to the rim but can't finish. William Kyle then amongst the trees. Jump ball is going to be the call. It will go to Bellevue West on the alternating possession.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Kyle just couldn't get the ball chinned and outletted.
Quick 3, Josiah Doetzler. And that's kind of how the state championship game run happened. It was Doetzler with a couple of threes to get things sparked, and it went downhill from there for Bellevue West. He gets his first points of the game on that three-pointer.
And he was ready for that one.
Big lob down low, and Hepburn picks it off. There's your DB drill, Coach.
Exactly. Yep, good play. He's learning in a hurry.
Pull-up shots from Fiddler. No, but Doetzler there on the backside. The tip, and he gets the foul.
We saw Greg Brown with 9 straight points in the first half. Now Doetzler with 5 straight here. Chance to get 6 straight in the second.
Bellevue West up by 3, minute 17 into this second half. And converting the old-fashioned three-point play for Josiah Doetzler. Lightfoot will bring it up. There was probably, if there was one guy Coach Woodard might have singled out, it might have been Doetzler maybe in that first half. Hey, we need something. Let's see if we can get you going. Lightfoot then answers with a 3 on the other end.
And he doesn't make a lot of threes, Willie Lightfoot, but boy, that's an important thing. If he gets that thing going, you've got a problem on your hands.
Brown, an open look in the corner, though misfires on that one. Clements with a rebound. Lightfoot gets into the middle, a little contact with Brown. Slow bounce pass. Poto, though, able to secure it. Now Clements, baseline and finish.
Bellevue West struck out 0 for 3 on the gambles and gave up the layup.
In the lane, Doetzler called for the offensive foul. Went with the fake pass baseline, and the defense didn't bite on it.
Hard to do against a converging defense like that. Something you can do when you've got an advantage like a 3-on-2 break, 2-on-1 break. Oh, that's a travel.
That is a travel. That's really good defense for Greg Brown.
When you have pink shoes on,
you can see that easier.
See that easier, yeah. I mean, they look good, but they can work against you. It's why, I mean, that's 2 times I think he's had a travel or some kind of, one went off his foot out of bounds was the other
Ever
one.
since you mentioned that
His
Baylor
shoes.
fans would like the shoes in the game.
Sorry, Baylor fans.
Yeah.
The old jinx.
Hepburn guarded by Lightfoot, and now Kendall Brown. Chucky going to work, throws it in the corner. Fiddler for 3. Yes. Frankie Fiddler knocking down the outside shot.
Nice pitch and catch and shoot.
8 points for Frankie in the ball game. 2-point Bellevue West lead. Each team's biggest lead has been 7 in that first half. Clements on the feed from Poto.
Ooh.
Going to get the contact there from Fiddler.
Yeah, that, top down. And if fans, if you're a Sunrise Christian fan or parent or whatever, you've seen this plenty.
Yep.
Top down, misdirection, throw it back in the post, or straight just swing it, throw it in the post. Always a good option. Anchors your offense. You want an anchor close to that rim.
Zach Clements heading off to Kansas to continue his career. 12 points in the ball game right now. Thunderbird lead is 1. A little half-court trap coming from Sunrise.
Yeah, I got to believe Luke Barnwell, after free throws or whatever it might be, really wants to bring more pressure, more whatever it might be. Tough one there, a little bit of frustration. Fiddler on the offensive glass and Kendall Brown shedding him.
Brown wasn't going to let Frankie get that rebound,
No.
was he?
This is our first out of bounds play, I think, for Bellevue West, so we can see that, what we call the jack defense. It's a jumping jack on the ball.
Fiddler, a little stop, mid-range jumper, good.
Like in the right side of the floor, hit a three, now the pull-up jumper.
10 points for Fiddler in the game, 42-39.
I think he's going to be a good player in the Summit League. Going to go play for Darren Hansen at University of Nebraska, Omaha.
Clements with Hepburn on him. Now Grady Dick spots up a three. First offensive shot for Grady Dick all night long right there. And it's good for three, and we're tied at 42.
Yeah, if I'm Luke Barnwell, I'm thinking maybe we should get him a few more shots. Nice cut.
Hepburn in the lane, now triple
Somebody's
team.
getting an open three here.
Swinging around for Brown. Kendall Brown then will snatch the rebound. Clements down in the post.
So we saw Fiddler come over and didn't get the DB play that time. Tried just to wall up, but boy, Clements is just too long and too athletic. You've got to get the ball because they're just going to score over the top of you.
And has done a great job tonight of catch and finish. There was a few times last night that we didn't quite get to see that. But tonight, catch and finish has been good. We can't take you anywhere, can we, Coach?
I know.
We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back to Grand Island right after this on Strive TV.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699. Or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island. Your
Sunrise Academy 44, Bellevue West 42. The Thunderbirds, though, Coach, hanging right in there, not going away, looking to clean a few things up. We only have a 2-point game, though, right now.
Yeah, they came out and got 6 points right away. Josh Dosler, they got a little bit of a lead, but really haven't been able to contain the inside game of Sunrise Christian. But you can see why these games are so fun and fun to watch, fun to be at. Great to see. Should be an important possession here at the under 4 timeout of the third quarter.
Right, yeah. We did get under 4.
Yeah.
Fiddler with it, guarded by Kendall Brown. Frankie, strong drive. Left it just off the front, though. Grady Dick the rebound and will key the offense. So now it's Jalen Akins with it. The skip for Dick, and Grady had it knocked free. Got it back, though. Great feed underneath. McDaniels on the flush.
Chucky Hepburn's excellent from coming, what we call a back tap. Comes from behind, taps it. Either hand for him.
Hepburn right side now, guarded by Akins. Chucky has it knocked free.
Oh, boy.
Here comes Kendall Brown on the open exchange for the flush. It's got to be the shoes.
It's got to be the shoes. Strong shoe game, strong game. Bellevue needs a hoop here.
Hepburn.
And that's the guy you want to go
Yep.
to. He's your beating heart. He's the guy that no matter what, he lets other guys shine. But when you really need him to come through, Chucky Hepburn's usually close by.
Sunrise by 4, under 2 minutes to go here in the third.
A lot of switching defense by Bellevue West, so you get these kind of mismatches.
Brown going to work. Good defense by Hepburn. Clements on the kick out. And we're going to get a Sunrise Rebound, but then McDaniels knocking down Fiddler, an offensive foul on Jalen McDaniels.
Yeah, good job on the offensive glass for Sunrise. One of those plays you kind of go, if you're Sunrise, but those things happen.
Greg Brown back into the Bellevue West lineup, by the way. Dotzler guarded by Lightfoot. Willie poked it free and gets the steal. The spin all the way around and the finish for Willie Lightfoot.
Unbelievable.
Coming right at you.
Unbelievable individual play right there. Willie Lightfoot gets the steal, just absolutely takes the ball from Josh Dotzler, then makes a great individual one-on-one play where Dotzler really defended pretty well.
Yeah, Josiah's going to look at that and go, what else am I going to do, right?
Yep.
Lightfoot looking for the three-point play.
Important way to end the half here for Bellevue West. You don't want to get this thing out of hand. You don't want this to be 7, 9, 10, 11. You want to be within a couple possessions. There's no doubt about it.
Yep, this matches the biggest lead for Sunrise back in the first quarter. Bell West led by 7 in the second quarter. Came out with a big run to start in that second period. Dotzler, long three up top, and he nails it.
You can take it from me. You can score over me. I can foul you, but I tell you what, I'm still going to fight for myself. And there he goes, knocking that big three-pointer down, a deep three.
4-point game with a minute to go in the third. Akins for Kendall Brown. And now Lightfoot, guarded by Dotzler. Switched off, now Fiddler on defense. Coach Barnwell wants a little space for Lightfoot and McDaniels on the screen.
This is a mistake I think Lightfoot does make. He will over-dribble, kind of get too deep into the offense in the half court, and then put up a difficult shot or try and make a difficult pass. That's the thing where you just got to get rid of it, maybe get some movement going again and see what happens.
Really good defense there by Bellevue West to limit the quality of the shot that time.
And if I'm Doug Woodard, I'm probably going one shot here. And it's probably going to be Chucky, maybe Fiddler in a pick and pop, screen and roll type of situation, or Chucky and ISO.
Hepburn guarded by Akins. 5 to go, third quarter. Fiddler off this pass, no. And that's how we'll end the third quarter of play.
Good look. I mean, that's what we talked about, getting your two best dudes in pick and pop, and just don't get the three to go.
Sunrise by 4 heading to the fourth quarter. We'll come back to Grand Island on Strive TV's coverage of the Heartland Hoops Classic after this.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699. Or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island.
That third quarter ended on a 12-5 run by Sunrise. I guess the Buffaloes got the message of compete from Coach Barnwell at the half.
Thanks, Mike. Sunrise leading Bellevue West by, 6 now. Kendall Brown stuffs one home on the backdoor cut.
I think we saw the same play coming out of halftime yesterday.
Yep. Pushes the lead real quick to 6.
It's always nice to have a play where you really know you're going to get a layup, and you run it really well in practice when everybody knows it's coming. Then you can run it in one of those controlled environments, an ATO after a timeout.
It's like fullback dive. First play you learn in football, right?
Yeah.
We're on a fullback
right
dive
off
to
the
start.
Right or right off the left, and we're going to get 3 yards.
Clements then finishes also in the paint. He's got 16 now, does Zach Clements. Hepburn, far side for 3, and it's good for Chucky.
Can't leave him open like that. Just cannot make that mistake if you're Sunrise Christian, because he will make you pay.
Hepburn with 12 for Bellevue West, trying to keep this thing within earshot. Down 5, minute gone in the 4th.
That's that misdirection we talked about. Oh, slipped out of his hand. He was going to dunk that.
And that's how you know it's your kind of night. Clements with 18 here tonight.
Yeah. Should have been our lead. For Strive TV, right?
Yeah, we probably should have featured him.
Okay.
Fiddler for the 3 will not fall. Dick with the rebound. Yeah, we have severely cursed Grady Dick. I'm sorry.
Poor kid. It's probably be a counter to it. Top down this time.
Right now there's just nothing much that William Kyle, who is trying his best down there, but Clements is he's just too much at this point. The drive, Fiddler with a spin and a flinging it in there. What a finish from Frankie Fiddler.
And what a great play. What a good timeout. Doug Woodard knows he needs to stop that, slow death by post touch.
Yep. Yeah, so what is the adjustment there? You get, it's Clements has now 20 in the game, and every touch, it's just a high-low lob, and it's kind of basic, right?
Exactly. So if you're going to let him get an angle, okay, which they've let him do, so here's what you have to do. Light the ball up, pressure the ball, disrupt the outside, and we're going to see that, I would imagine, or zone.
Coming up next, our other marquee matchup, Millard North, Oak Hill Academy. Tons of fun. Hunter Salas, St. Thomas. First time I've gotten to see these guys in person since last March. That Class A state championship game. What a finish of that one.
That should be a really, really good basketball game, just like this one.
7-point Sunrise lead matches their biggest lead of the game. And a chance to extend here in this fourth quarter.
Zone.
And the double team comes. Akins to the corner for Grady Dick. His 3 will not go. Long tip out. William Kyle there to track it down. Kyle going right at Clements, and will draw a foul on the big fella.
So you change defenses, and you get that long shot, long rebound. And what's funny about a zone is it actually allows for easier running lanes. Now, that was just an individual play, but you get the guards that can fan and get wide right away, and it just seems like it's easier to get the ball down the floor out of zone into transition, and that's what we saw there.
Biggest thing is you got to get that rebound first, though, right?
Well, exactly. You're not blocking it. You don't have an individual assignment, right? You've got a zone. You got to find a guy. That time it was just long, and our guy William Kyle got a chance just to take it with some open space and was able to get fouled, get his first free throw.
And with the second, he's got 12 points in the ballgame. First points of the second half for William. The lead is 5 for Sunrise. Still plenty of time.
Yeah, it looks like the old 1-1-3, right? Your 2 guards are tandem. Now that's Chucky's high post drive right there, I'd say.
Yep. Out to the wing. Akins knocks down the 3. Sunrise, how quick the adjustment for Sunrise that goes from a little stickier on offense. Ball doesn't move quite as fast. And suddenly that zone comes out and it's pass, open 3. Fiddler trying to answer, and he does for Bellevue West.
Again, 2 big scores by Bellevue West just to stay within striking distance. Back man-to-man here for Bellevue West. That's the way I am, too. You give up 1-3, I'm out of that zone. I'm going back, man. What are we doing?
Kendall Brown, far side, working on Greg Brown.
Yeah, it just got out of going at least inside every time, which you saw, which is, again, that kind of slow death and mental killer, too.
Down the lane, good finish with the left hand for Akins.
I thought Kyle might come over and try and block that, but he didn't. Just didn't have the angle.
The lead back to 7. Here comes Fiddler hard down the lane. He'll draw the foul again.
That was legit. Good drive. Fiddler's done a good job with taking the ball strong to the hole. He's made some pretty kind of double clutch pump finishes too. A couple in the first half, and then we saw the really impressive one here in the second half.
Fiddler 15 points before these free throw attempts so far in the ball game. Lightfoot checking back in for Sunrise, so Clements will go to the bench.
A little smaller lineup here out of Sunrise Christian.
We say smaller. Kenny Poto's only 6'11", though.
Yeah, and Kendall Brown's only 6'8". But you took out 6'11", put in 5'11", so they did lose 12 inches.
All right.
Oh.
Ooh, 2 big misses there for Fiddler. And the lead remains 7 for Sunrise. 4:18 to go, fourth quarter. Hepburn up on the defense of Akins. Chucky going, and it does pick the pocket. And he gets the pass off for Doetzler. Wow.
So they make him play post defense. Then they say, hey, Chucky, just go steal the ball.
Just go get it, please.
Picks up the point guard, takes the ball. Folks, if you're new to Chucky Hepburn, we've been watching this since he was 14 years old. This is what he does.
That's Chucky doing Chucky, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you said it?
Chucky doing Chucky things.
That's Akins outside.
2 in a row. Big threes for him.
Akins with 8 points in the quarter. Nice feed down low. Kyle lets Poto go by, and William Kyle with a finish.
Akins' season high is only 11 points this year.
Well, he's
according to our stats.
Well, we're there then. We're at 12.
Yeah, here we go. That's what you need to win sometimes. Oh, little trap. Again, that blows it up from not going inside, but it gives Akins a chance for his. That's the spot. Greg Brown hit 3 from the left wing.
That is the spot right on the Dinsdale logo. That's the place to hit it from.
Yeah, well, the Dinsdales. I know that family.
Yep.
I know what they did. They lit it up.
Fiddler, guarded by Grady Dick, goes on the drive, has it stripped though by Lightfoot. Here comes Willie Lightfoot.
Be at the rim.
Here comes Hepburn. Big time block, Chucky Hepburn.
Chucky sized that up. This is a big 3 if it goes.
And here we go. Thunderbirds on the roll. Timeout, Sunrise. Oh, man, everybody in the Heartland Event Center wanted to see that one, and we're going to get another look at it here in just a second.
Watch Chucky Hepburn just measure it up the whole time.
Got it clean up top. Greg Brown gets the run out then, and you get a great finish.
You could see him make that decision when Lightfoot was at half court, when one dribble over half court. What a defensive play. Great timing, way to not foul. A left-hander going on the left side of the floor, big-time block. And then, of course, the answer, another timeout, which is very important. Bellevue has got to decide. We saw a little bit of trap, right? And Akins got the 3. And it's going to be interesting to see, are you going to bet that Akins, in baseball, they tell you, who do you pitch to, the guy 0 for 4 or the guy 4 for 4?
Right.
And you say, well, I'm not pitching the guy 4. They say, well, odds are he's not getting another hit. Odds are the guy that's 0 for 4 is going to be the guy that hit a hit. So are you betting that maybe you trap and leave a guy like Akins open? Is he going to make his 4 straight 3? Don't know.
He's gotten them all here in the fourth quarter, hasn't he?
I know.
6-point lead for Sunrise, 2:38 to go.
Huge boost here. And, of course, we got the entire Oak Hill Academy team watching this game. Pretty cool stuff.
They're up next. Of course, Sunrise beating Oak Hill Academy last night at Hastings College. The 2 national teams came in, played a pregame, if you will.
Yeah, it's amazing how interconnected these guys get, too. They go to camps together. They're recruited by similar teams. And the way they connect with it, and now, it's worldwide with that web they've got, and all those social media apps.
That internet that we're on right now? Yeah,
exactly.
Sure.
That stuff. It's just easy to connect with somebody. And so these guys know each other. They know what's going on, and they want to watch it. Tough place to inbound the ball here. Be curious to see what Bellevue West does here. Trap that.
Coach never really stops. And it poked free, but a reach is called.
That's just such a tough area. And then they get the catch flat on that sideline, and there's just no man's land the whole way through.
They called Doetzler for the foul there.
And now inbounding it on the side, it's just even that spot is not easy against a press.
Yep. Got a full timeout taken by Sunrise. I think we will step aside as well. 2:34 to go, fourth quarter. Sunrise by 6.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699, or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island.
Oh, yeah, the wave going through the Heartland Events Center tonight in Grand Island.
You think people are happy to be outside?
Yes, we're outside. We get to be amongst people. Lots of fun. 6-point game. We got a heck of a basketball game going on right now.
Stunner.
Sunrise leading with 2.5 minutes to go. Zach Clements going to work on Chucky Hepburn. And Akins gets one to go.
Let the good times roll. Akins really done a good job. Jaden Akins is one of the few 2021 guys uncommitted for Sunrise Christian.
21 points in the ballgame for Jaden Akins right now. And they have needed them all. This, the largest lead of the game for Sunrise Christian Academy. Bellevue West has come up with answers every time it's gotten just a little bit of separation like this. Can they do it again? Greg Brown from the corner. And Grady Dick, the rebound.
Yeah, that was a critical possession.
And now Hepburn almost knocked that thing free. Now Lightfoot's got it. Guarded by Brown on the near side. Lightfoot's got all the way to the rim. The defense had turned around. Everybody was standing there, but everybody had turned around.
I think a little bit of frustration with Bellevue West.
Doetzler going to wave off the shot attempt.
Boy, and that's not what you don't want to do if you're looking at 75 seconds left in the game. You don't want to stop the clock if you're Sunrise Christian. Just play solid defense. Now, if you're Bellevue West, you got a chance to shoot a couple free throws, score with the clock stop, set up your press, and make life hard for Sunrise. Watch Doug Woodard will probably sub on the second free throw. If you're watching, and what that allows you to do is stop the clock. Look at wait. Don't sub it. No, wait. Wait till the ref hands in the ball. Now go. So what that does is on the clock, the ref blows the whistle, lets the sub in. Just got to make the free throw.
Yep.
Now you've got a dead ball, essentially. And that's what you want as a defense. Good sub by Coach Woodard.
The lead is 8 for Sunrise Christian Academy. Willie Lightfoot across the timeline, guarded by Chucky Hepburn.
Now we've got it's like when I was growing up, Curly Neal, the Harlem Globetrotters would dribble out the clock.
Chucky
what a play.
Poked it free.
My goodness. Oh!
Fiddler goes hard, and Poto with the hard foul to deny at the rim.
Hopefully everybody's okay on that. We've been a few challenges at the rim here with Chucky and Lightfoot, and now Poto and Fiddler playing above the rim.
Right.
Feels like a college game.
We're going to see a few of these names that we talk about tonight that are playing professionally, whether you see them on TNT on Sunday nights or you see them elsewhere in the world. But there's some guys that are going to be playing a lot.
No doubt about it. Well, there's a ruckus out there. I don't know. The crowd's getting a little testy, cheering for their Nebraska home team, which tonight is Bellevue West, and in another 20 minutes will be Millard
North, right?
Millard North.
You know, that crowd gets divided when you're in the home gym, but here tonight,
Yeah.
everybody's behind the home team. Fiddler gets one there, and Lightfoot double teamed in the backcourt, gets it off to Akins though. Kendall Brown, contact through the lane. They're going to call the block on Fiddler. Tough call. Frankie tried to take that charge out there on the three-point line, and the call came from underneath.
Yeah, it's just a hard place to take when you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and maybe if he was closer to the basket, but, you know, those calls when you get a catch and a move right away in the open floor like that usually don't go your way. Still only the fifth foul on Bellevue West.
So an inbounds play here for Sunrise.
Oh.
Close, and got the 5. No timeout. The 5 count comes first.
Yeah,
Turnover, Sunrise.
One thing you might want to do in that situation is ask the ref to count out loud for you so you know where you're at. A lot of people talk about the internal clock in your head. I know mine would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh.
Fiddler. Oh, loose ball in Bellevue West.
Oh, that hurts.
Didn't have much pressure to turn that one back over.
That was going to be what we call pistol action, where they just kind of maybe play off a handoff into a ball screen, and maybe somebody made a mistake by passing it back. But
yeah, Fiddler wasn't quite ready for it when he got it, and that led to another bad pass, which led to the third one.
I think they were looking for maybe some of that action that we saw at the end of the quarter or end of the half, where we had the pick and pop or whatever it was into the second quarter.
Grady Dick ends up with it, throws it back in the corner, and Clements and Sunrise. You mentioned this last night, Coach. Expect the contact, don't expect the call, right?
Wow,
just got to be strong.
Good. Yeah,
I remember those.
And
kind
the reason is because, you know, if you start expecting the call to come your way, that's about the time you get tied up for a jump ball, or they just take it from you if you're not strong enough. This is the last time they can foul and still play defense. After this goes to the free throw shooting. Oh, boy.
Down the lane. Poto missed the dunk, though. Bellevue West with a little opportunity, down 6. Here's the 3 from Chucky. It will not go, though. And with Grady Dick in the rebound, that just might about do it.
I have to say I wanted that to go in because this place would have jumped out of there. I mean, everybody would have been on their feet. That would have made a thrilling finish. But you never know. It's only a 1-and-1. Got to convert a free throw here with your Grady if it's Grady Dick.
Yep. Yeah, for the guy that's only got 3 points tonight.
I know, and got to shoot it.
He's going to shoot it more perhaps on this free throw trip than he has all night long.
He's practicing a little bit, see if it remembers what's going on, and it does.
Yeah.
What an entertaining game.
Fantastic.
Highlight plays, high-level basketball.
The second, though, no good. Hepburn, Grady Dick, and that is, we'll get across half court maybe one time, but that's going to be it. And a standing ovation for these two squads here tonight. Really fun stuff. Bellevue West absolutely showed themselves, they can compete on a big stage against one of the big boys in the country.
No doubt about it, and both teams played well. Sunrise did what they do, went inside, established themselves. Zach Clements had all kinds of points. But my player of the game and your player of the game.
Yeah, it's got to be Jaden Akins, right?
According to our stats, that's a season high, almost double. And if you don't have that, you don't win by 7 points. If you just get an average game out of him, which is probably I've got him at 6 points a game, you lose.
Right. So fantastic job tonight. We're going to go down on the floor with our Mike Sonner and Coach Luke Barnwell in just a second. Mike, we are ready when you are, sir.
All right, we're here with Coach Barnwell. Big kind of, not big win, but I mean, really competitive. You said you wanted the team to compete in the second half, and they did. Yeah. Came out and competed, and, man, Akins had a heck of a second half for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I truthfully knew, and, like, this is with all due respect to Oak Hill because we've already played them, but I truthfully knew that, like, the second game this weekend was going to be more difficult. Right. Because I knew that, like, that's a really well-coached team that have been together and won state championship and, like, with a lot of players and a lot of talent, and they do a good job. And I knew our guys maybe wouldn't have the luster to be like, oh, it's not Oak Hill. Well, golly, that's a top 15 team in the country.
Right.
And we're out Kennedy, so.
Yeah.
in comes Jaden Akins, who played phenomenal the second half.
Let's bring him in. Thanks, Coach. One quick thing. I mean, playing in front of this many fans, this isn't your first time in this event, and you guys played in this event last year and years before. How cool is this tonight to play in front of this many people, in the middle of a pandemic and a tough year?
We've been waiting for fans all year, and it was even nice to have people cheer against us. I'll tell you that. That's how nice it was to have fans. So shout out to all these people. They're phenomenal. We love being here.
All right, man. Thanks.
Buddy.
Yeah. Pretty big night for you, specifically in the second half. Coach said his message to you guys at halftime was compete. That's what you guys did, and you had 11 straight at one point there, 11-0 run by yourself, and took that challenge on, right?
Yes, sir. Coach just had a game plan coming in. We knew, the Nebraska fans were going to come out, and it was going to be in a tough away game for us, but we love games like that.
And that was there a little personal kind of challenge that the coach said the Big Ten challenge? Is that kind of something that you fed off a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I know Chucky's a great player. He's going to Wisconsin, so I just know I was going to get his best shot, and I was just trying to compete too.
All right, man. Congratulations. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Coach. Coach Tim Miles up here in the booth. Ton of fun in that game. 75-68, your thoughts on Sunrise's win over Bellevue West?
Fascinating to watch role guys play such a big part when it's a superstars game. And we saw superstar plays. We saw unbelievable plays. But really, if it wasn't for Jaden Aiken and William Kent, Greg Brown, and those guys, we wouldn't have had the excitement that we anticipated. So fun to watch. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. People are waving.
Everybody's waving up here.
I'm thinking about running for office.
You should. Somebody said you should.
But really, you saw some, what made these teams special. Big players making big plays. And then you saw the depth and the quality coaching by both guys too, by staying true to their identity, doing what they do, and that's why we saw such a good game.
And it kind of continues a trend we saw back in 2013, the first time we saw one of the national teams, if you will, come into the Heartland Hoops Classic when Omaha Central was in the midst of their run in Class A. Omaha Central knocked off Oak Hill. They beat Denver East the next year too. Since then, that quote-unquote Nebraska matchup hasn't gotten over the top on that national team, but every year the Nebraska teams keep showing, hey, they can compete with those big guys.
Well, Bellevue led for maybe, half the game, 40% of the game. So anytime – it's one thing to play a close game and lose by 7. Listen, I've been – coached 600 games, folks. I was a head college coach for 24 years. You can make a 7-point game look like a 7-point game, but you really lost by 17 or 20.
Right.
But this was a well-contested back-and-forth game, and really Sunrise just had a little more. And if Jaden Akins doesn't have the kind of game he does, they don't win.
That's right. Our next game coming up, again, should be a doozy, and everybody in this arena is going to be pulling now for the guys in blue and white. And
take off your purple, put on your blue.
Right? This is the one time that can work. That won't work for the rest of the year, but this one should be fun. Millard North taking on Oak Hill Academy, and we're going to talk a lot about tonight on Millard North, St. Thomas and Hunter Salas. Hunter, one of the highest-ranked recruits in the state of Nebraska ever. Just the potential for Hunter through the roof.
So I recruited Chucky Hepburn when he was 14 years old. I waited till Hunter was 15.
Okay,
so he's a late bloomer.
Right.
All right, folks. Here's a young man, mom, excellent player at San Diego State. Excellent, one of the best female players ever to play in Oklahoma, the public schools Omaha, in the public schools of Omaha. He's got it in his DNA. So I think St. Thomas also, who's not picked to college yet, it looks like a tremendous prospect. Jason Green's an underclassman junior, who also I think is very good. And you look at then, of course, Oak Hill being Oak Hill. They're a fairly young team. So I really expect this to be an interesting matchup that way.
Yeah, fascinating to watch. We watched Sunrise against Oak Hill last night, and it seemed like Sunrise had a little bit of that. They had some older guys, and you made mention of it last night too. 1 year in age difference at this level can make quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. It's just it's 1 year when you're 26 and 27 isn't such a big deal. 1 year when you're 16 and 17 is a big deal. Obviously, you're going through a lot of things growing up, becoming your own person, but should be a fun matchup tonight.
So we are just about 28 minutes away from intros for our nightcap tonight, Millard North and Oak Hill Academy. Thanks so much for joining us here on
Strive
Strive
to go
TV.
to the bathroom, right?
Yeah. A little break for Coach, and we'll come back on Strive TV. Thanks for watching us here from the Heartland Event Center for the Heartland Hoops Classic on Strive.
Your income tax refund could be your down payment on a new vehicle from Tom Dinsdale Hyundai. Choose an affordable 2020 Accent SE for just under $15,600. Step up to a 2020 Sonata SEL with convenience package for $23,699. Or an all-wheel drive 2021 Tucson SE for under $23,000. Make your tax refund go further with Tom Dinsdale Hyundai in Grand Island.